All of you people saw what happened here tonight. We saw a brutal Royal Rumble match. It was brutal. To determine the number one contender for a title shot at WrestleMania. A title shot for my belt. My WWE Championship belt. And I'm sure all you non-believers would like nothing more than me losing my belt in 2 months against the guy who just won the Royal Rumble after like 45 tries. Well, before you get that image ingrained in your pathetic little minds, let me remind you something. 29 hoes, 29 souls. I am the Phenom. I am the Undertaker. I am the Dead Man. I can't be hurt. I can't be stopped. And I can't be beat. I have defended this belt night after night after night after week, every month, every year. That's why I'm the best there is, the best there was. No, wait, that's somebody else. So before you even think about this belt around the waist of anybody else, especially that pathetic whelp, that little toe rag who won the Rumble, remember this. For as dangerous and formidable a force as I've been in my time in the WWE, I now intend to focus all that energy into one sole purpose, and that is to single-handedly put Slug out of wrestling with a capital W. If Vince knew this game had wrestling with a capital W, man, let's face it, I brought him in to this business. I gave him privilege, the honor of joining the new ministry. In other words, I made Slug into everything he is today. No, let me correct myself. Not everything. I didn't make him the disappointment he's become. He did that to himself. But now, I'm going to give him his place in history. When I finish him once and for all, I'm going to make him famous. And I will do it on the most sacred stage as the whole world watches helplessly at WrestleMania, the ultimate thrill ride. And what's good, Internet? My name is attackslug. Yes, I did beat the Royal Rumble after a number of extra tries yesterday in my own time. And we are here to continue playing WWE Day of Reckoning. Ain't no stopping this train. It is now the road to WrestleMania, so let's see how that progresses as I head toward my inevitable clash with the Dead Man for the world title. Prepare yourself on the 4th week of January. Hey, Kurt Angle. First off, congratulations on winning the Royal Rumble. That's quite an accomplishment, and it was really hard for such a new talent here in the WWE. Thanks! It wasn't easy. That is the understatement of the year. But then nobody said it would be. I can't help but notice how going separate ways with the remnants of the new ministry seem to have suited you well. Yeah, well, I do owe Taker and Big Show some credit for helping me break in, but let's face it, they're really just a bunch of jerks. I don't mind pushing my weight around when I need to, but for the right reasons, you know? Sure, kid. Reasons. In any case, now that you're the number one contender for The Undertaker's WWE title at Mania, I figured you'd better prepare yourself for some top-level competition starting tonight. That's right, singles matches. So I'm booking you, once again, against Rey Mysterio. I mean, I've beaten him a number of times, even in a cage, so not a big deal. Welcome to Wednesday. That's right, Wednesday is here, hopefully with matches that were nowhere near as hard as that Royal Rumble bit of business yesterday, because that was ridiculous. Anyway, being officially on the road to WrestleMania in Day of Reckoning means that we are nearing the end of this daily wrestling game series, and we'll be shortly moving into the next wrestling game series. If you would like to vote on which series is next, it is on my Patreon, link in the description and whatnot. So, as of right now, the voting on that, between Day of Reckoning 2, the other half, the SmackDown half of SmackDown vs. Raw 06, and SmackDown vs. Raw 07. Right now, the voting, at the moment, Day of Reckoning 2 is winning that vote. So, if you want to vote, go check out, yeah. If you want to vote, go check out that Patreon, and I will stop plugging that now and get back into wrestling news. Not really wrestling, sort of, but sort of it is. Bellator, the MMA company, has some new announcers. Primarily Mauro Ranallo and Mike Goldberg. So, one guy who used to do WWE and one guy who used to do UFC. So, that's a pretty good get for them, considering they are kind of, the number 2 organization in that field. So, that's interesting. But yeah, we're definitely not going to see Mauro back doing his thing, which is unfortunate. They said, oh, well, there are still open lines of communication or some, nonsense. But no, he signed a deal, so he's doing his thing, and that's cool. Best of luck tomorrow. He was always too good for that job on SmackDown. Anyway, we got you in that clutch there, Mysterio. You tap or you snap. Anyway, into other news. I watched Raw. I watched SmackDown. That was a thing. Oh, actually, before I get into Raw and SmackDown, there is a story that I've not been discussing in the past day, because generally, when I want to talk wrestling news, it is things that are actually happening, things that are rumored to be happening, and, backstage, actually, the workings of the inner business, right? I try to not get into the personal lives of the superstars, because largely, I don't care. So, I'm not going to spend time here on this program going over the discussion on the whole, skull-crushing finale, on the whole, Bray Wyatt and JoJo thing. That's kind of not what I usually do here, but that is definitely, I guess, a big news story at the moment. And Mysterio taps out to the Taz Slug mission. Like, it's real easy to be in this position and crack jokes about it, and there are certainly, I've seen a lot of them on the internet in the past several days, but look, there are small kids involved, right? And as someone who's definitely had parents that have been through that kind of position before, obviously not ones that were famous, but it's rough on the kids, so just, chill. Let them have their personal lives and worry about other things that are more important. Latino Heat. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Now here's the former WWE champion that lost to the Dead Man. So this should be interesting. Cutting a promo. Uh-oh. I've been in this business a long time, and I'm getting a little tired of seeing the favoritism some guys get around here just because they're the hot new thing. It used to be that you had to earn your shots. I won the Rumble. If you wanted to make it to the top, and that's something I've done time and time again. Yet, what do I see now? I see a new guy getting a U.S. title shot. Then I see that same guy handed the 29th spot at the Rumble on a silver platter. That was still really hard, Eddie. I'm sorry. That was a really hard thing to win. And now he's set up as the number 1 contender for a WWE title shot at WrestleMania. A contender for the belt I used to hold. But the thing is, he's never proven a thing to me. He's never ever faced me one-on-one in this very ring. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that handicap match or some tag team nonsense. So Slug, yes, I'm talking to you, Vato. I think it's about time you prove to me, and the world is watching, that you're worthy. I don't care that you chose the new ministry when you first joined the WWE. And I don't even care that you're the GM's new lapdog. I take offense to that, Eddie. I'm gonna show the world that you're just a spoiled brat with a silver spoon up your... Yeah, okay. I should be the real number 1 contender. Well, then you should have won the Rumble. All I'm saying. So I'm calling you out, S.A. Get your behind out here and face me right now, Holmes. Gonna go after every member of the LWO here. The Latino World Order. Took out Ray. Gonna go after Eddie. And, good times. Anyway, now having watched Raw and SmackDown, I have some, I guess, some thoughts on those. I didn't really get into Raw too much yesterday. I did think having that 2 out of 3 falls match as your main event and having the third fall be a count out was lame. But, if they want to keep that feud going for reasons until Great Balls of Fire, that's fine. Once again, they had a food thing, and I guess that's the Pizza Hut pizza cheesy bites, whatever the heck that is, pizza. But I feel like in recent years, maybe it's just recently with the KFC chicken and now this pizza, it's like whenever they have a food thing with superstars, they always want to have sex with the food, and I'm like, you don't have any other options. You don't have like, hey, this food's delicious. No, I want to have sex with this food. And I'm like, what? That's the dumbest innuendo, and also gross. So, kind of stop doing that, please. Anyway, I'm trying to think what else on Raw actually was interesting that I can remember off the top of my head. I kind of don't remember a lot of... obviously, there's kind of only two different Brock Lesnar things you have when you're in a Brock Lesnar feud. One of them is him standing there while Paul Heyman talks and he bounces around. And the other one is the pull-apart brawl. So they did that on Monday. And it was really good. But they usually are. And so, yeah. They kind of all went downhill from after that opening segment. So, it is what it is. Whoa there, Eddie. Whoa there! Eddie Machka! Speaking of Machka, speaking of SmackDown, I appreciate the crowd in, I think they were in New Orleans. I appreciate the crowd when Lana came out to kind of do her thing, as she is currently facing Naomi this Sunday at Money in the Bank, and the crowd chanted, "We want Rusev." Because yes, we want Rusev. Where is handsome Rusev? Where is the Bulgarian brute? He's cleared, and he was supposed to be back at Money in the Bank to challenge for, something. They didn't even put him in that Money in the Bank match. I don't understand why. They usually have like 7 guys. They've only got 6 on Sunday. So unless something changes last minute, we're not going to get handsome Rusev at Money in the Bank. That sucks. Sucks. So, that's unfortunate. Again, with the Taz mission. Doing it well. Returning on SmackDown, we had Zack Ryder. So, woo. Zack is back from that injury. Now, they did kind of tease a little bit of Mojo, and Ryder, who were the Hype Bros. And sure, because when they started that thing, there's like, hey, Mojo, guess what? You lost against Jinder last week, and you're not in Money in the Bank. And it's like, all right, well, what do you do next? And I'm like, yeah, what are they doing with Mojo? Because I have no idea. It's baffling. It is baffling that they think, A, they're going to do something with Mojo, and B, they don't have any idea what. But they got him on TV for reasons, so that's fine. So whether or not he goes back to being a hype bro next week remains to be seen. Eddie needs to stop reversing all of my dang moves. I don't appreciate it, Eddie. I don't appreciate the Latino heat. Also on SmackDown, I am still enjoying the Fashion Files. I'm still enjoying the tag division. Although, where is American Alpha? They have completely vanished entirely from the tag team division. And maybe they're the ones that are gonna be the Fashion Files, who are causing these issues. Perhaps they're the end boss of that particular angle. I don't know. But they've been mysteriously absent for a while, considering they were champions, and lost to the Usos. Now, speaking of the Usos, and speaking of someone who understands what their merchandise they had made themselves were, and there was a story from Jack Swagger about his We the People t-shirt that he wanted to have done. It's Three Amigos. He wanted that shirt done, and they wouldn't do it. So he made it himself, wore it on a pay-per-view, and then they immediately said, alright, let's get the merch out here and get that done, right? So, similarly, the Usos have had their day one-ish t-shirts, and Eddie just beat me in a match. What? What? Three. Okay, that took a while. Anyway, as I was saying, they gave the Usos official day one-ish merch, but they changed it. They changed it so that the meaning of the ish part is not a way to censor a curse word, but instead, it's down since day one-ish. Not day one-ish, so it's day one-ish. 1-ish. As in, you know, around day 1. In the area of day 1. And the Big Show, creeping around. He's, as he said backstage recently, he's too big to sneak around. How does that work? Big Show, please stop kicking me south of the border. I don't appreciate that. He snuck in there. It's real funny. You may have gotten lucky. That wasn't luck, Big Show. That was a lot of work. Winning the Royal Rumble 2 weeks ago. But now that you are the #1 contender, you've got a bigger target on your back than ever. You think you're going to waltz right into WrestleMania, the granddaddy of them all, and have a chance against The Undertaker? The WWE Champion? Well, think again, kid. You don't stand a chance in hell against The Undertaker, son. Do you know how long he's been putting punks like you into the ground? He was winning gold when you were still in diapers. You might as well hang him up, kid. Because when you go up against the dead man, it's your funeral. Thanks, Show. Appreciate it. Now he's just laughing. Okay. What? He's laughing or he's having a seizure. One of the two. Anyhow, that wraps up today's edition as we barrel towards WrestleMania and the end of Day of Reckoning. Thanks for watching. I am your host, attackslug. More videos every day, and I'll see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.